All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Have you been wanting to monitor your X1C or P1P on a full screen locally without using the cloud, without using your phone, without using a tablet, and without streaming on OBS? If the answer is yes, then today's video is perfect for you. So I've always wanted to monitor my X1C here on a full screen on my second screen on my computer. But you're never able to do that. You can only see it in the little screen in the studio. When I stream on Saturdays, I can stream it in full screen and have total access to that. When you record the time lapses and all of that stuff, it's all in full screen, but you can't look at it on your computer. And I've hunted and hunted and hunted to try to find a way to do that. And I finally found a way to do that. And I'm going to show everybody how to today. So if all that sounds good, then sit back and relax. I'll get everything ready. All right, so at the end of this video, you'll have a nice little icon here that you can double click. It'll run a command in the command prompt. And lo and behold, we will have a video of our Bambu. So let's get to it. All right, so from the studio here, we do need to make sure that we're on live and do start out at 720p for now. We can change this later, but do start out in 720 now. And basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you whenever you go live, you are gonna be presented with this little pop-up. So this little pop-up right here will have you download the camera tools and let it do its thing and load it into the place that it's going to load it, and don't change it from there, because this location that it puts it right here, we will need that here in a little bit. And I will have the thing that you can copy and paste, but you will need to change your username in it, and I'll show you this later. This is the guide for streaming. And basically what I figured out is it's using this little ffmpeg.sdp thing, and I figured out how to get access to that little camera thing. So I'll need to download a little player for these ffmpegs, and it's specifically called ffplay. And then we're going to create a shortcut, and that shortcut will bring up a command terminal. Will get us to this file location right here. That's the one thing that you'll need to change in this thing, and it will go ahead and play the video feed from there. But to make it work, the first step is to go live in the studio, so you do need to do that first. Okay, so I'll go kind of slow here, and I'll leave all the links to everything in the description below. But the first thing that we need to do is get the ffmpeg player. And that can be found from the codex for ffmpeg right here. And again, the link is below. And we'll need to grab this release build here, not the master build up here, but this release build here. Unzip the file, download this and unzip the file. And I'll show you what you need to do from there. Okay, so after you've downloaded and extracted the files here, you'll need to just go in here and go into the bin file. Right click up here and copy address as text. We'll need to copy this text. Now that we have this little player, we need to tell Windows where that player is. So how we do that is by changing an environment variable, and specifically the path environment variable. And I know this is a little bit complicated, but it's worth the effort. We will just have an icon that we can double click at the end of the day. So once we've right clicked here, copied as text, go ahead and go to your search bar and search for edit the system environment variables, or just do a search for environment variables. And you'll see this environment variables right here. Click on that, and I'll go kind of slow here for everybody so you can follow along. And you're going to click on environment variables, which is going to bring up this screen right here. Once you're on this screen, just like I said before, we're going to need to edit the variables for the path. That's located at the top right here. And we're going to click edit. Once you bring up this screen, you're going to click New, and you're going to paste in that thing that you copied from the file location. I've already done this, so I don't need to do it again, as you can see right above there. But you're going to go ahead and put that in there, and you're going to hit Enter, and then you're going to hit OK, OK, OK. Now we have told Windows where this little player is. This is the thing that we'll be using from here on out. So we're actually done from there. So now you can bring up a command prompt by either, you can just type in cmd right here and it'll bring up a command prompt. And we need to make sure that that ffmpeg player is loaded correctly. And how we do that is just simply type in ffmpeg. Like so, and you should get this screen. If you don't get this screen, you've done something wrong and it's probably in the environment variables or you've moved a file or something like that. But if you do get this screen, we can move on. Now, the whole process of what we're going to do here is in the command prompt, we need to navigate to that ffmpeg file that Bambu uses, right? So I showed you that big long path that we had there. So we need to navigate into that file, and then we need to run a code in that file. That's a two-step process. That's not the easiest thing in the world. So easiest thing in the world to do. So what we're going to do is create a shortcut in Windows that's going to do those two things. So I know I'm going to put some code below and you're going to copy and paste it. I want you to know exactly what that code is doing. The first part of that code is going to navigate into that folder, which is users for me, Lenny, and then it's CD AppData, CD roaming, CD BambuStudio, CD cameratools. And that's the camera tools that it had you load if that was the first time that you ever selected the Go Live button. It'll have you download that. And sure enough, that if we do a list on that file right here, we can see that ffmpeg right there. So we won't have to do this every time. We're going to create a shortcut, but this is what the shortcut is doing. And then once we're in this, it's going to run the ffplay, set some whitelist parameters for the video, and then play this specific file right here. So as long as you leave everything the same, all you'll need to do is right click on your screen here, go to New, Shortcut. And right here in this screen, you'll need to copy and paste in. You'll need to copy and paste in the code that I left in the description. So as you can see here, here's that ffplay protocol with the whitelist, just like you see the whitelist in the stream. If you've ever streamed, you have to put this in OBS in order to get it to stream. So you'll also see here's that AppData, roaming, BambuStudio, camera tools. Where it says Lenny right here is what you need to change, and you need to change that to what yours is. So what you need to change it to is what is in your terminal. So the easy way to find that is to just bring up a command prompt. And you see how it says users Lenny right here. So that's what you need. Whatever yours says right there, that's what you need to change this Lenny to right here. So once you've changed that and you have this whole thing in there, just hit the next button. And let's name this. I've already named one of them Bambu Camera, but you can name it Bambu Camera or whatever it is. I'm going to just name it for this video and then I'll delete it. But name it whatever you want right there. Hit finish, and then you will have an icon on your screen that you can just double click from here on out that will open up the command prompt. Go into that file, you'll see it's running that ffplay, and in a couple of seconds, you'll have access to the camera, and you'll also be able to full screen it. So I know that was kind of a lot. That's probably about medium on the deal. But once you get it done, all you have to do is double click on that icon and you can have a full screen view of your camera of your BambuStudio, or if you put the camera in the P1P. I only got this working on Windows simply because this is, I only have a Windows computer. I don't have a Mac in order to do this. But I would imagine that the same type of things would apply to that. You may have to do the manual input of the ffplay with the protocol, and then the -I is what actually plays the ffmpeg.sdp. I know that's super confusing, but if you go back, follow all the steps that I had, at the end of the day, you'll have a nice little icon right here. All you have to do is double click on it, and it will bring up a window in which you can view your Bambu. So I hope this helped everybody. Have a great day.